supercomputers, which are basically AI factories, to generate tokens that goes into your cars, that becomes its AI. And then you also have to put computers inside the cars to continuously generate tokens. And so we're fairly sure now that this is the future of computing. Now, why is it so certain that this is the future of computing? And the reason for that is because the way we used to do software was pre-recorded. Everything was captured a priori. We pre-compile the software, we pre-write the content, we pre-record the videos. But now everything is generative in real time. And when it's generated in real time, it can take into context of the person, the situation, the query, and the intentions could all be taken into consideration to generate the outcome of this new software we call AI, Agentic AI. And so the amount of computation necessary is far, far greater than pre-recorded. Just as a computer has a lot more computation capability than a DVD recorder, a DVD player that was pre-recorded, artificial intelligence needs a lot more computing capability than the way we used to do software in the past. Now, the question about computation, about sustainability at the first level is just at the computer science level. This is the way computing is going to be done. Now, from an industrial level, because all of our companies in the final analysis are powered by software, and the cloud companies are powered by software, and if the new software requires tokens to be generated, and the tokens are monetized, then it stands to reason that their data center build out directly drives their revenues. And so compute drives revenues. And I think they all understand that. I think people are increasingly starting to understand that as well. And then lastly, the benefits that AI produces for the world ultimately has to generate revenues. And we're seeing right in front, right being developed as we see, as we stand here, Agentic AI has turned an inflection point. And it literally happened in the last couple of 2-3 months. Of course, inside the industry, we've been seeing it for a while, probably 6 months or so. But the world is now awakened to the Agentic AI inflection. The agents are super smart. They're solving real problems. Coding is obviously supported by agentic systems now. And all of our coders here at NVIDIA are using agentic systems, either Cloud Code or OpenAI Codex, enormously to, and oftentimes both, and Cursor, oftentimes all three, depends on the use case. But they have agents and design partners, engineering partners to help them solve problems. And you could see their revenue skyrocketing. These companies, in the case of Anthropic, I think their revenues 10x in a year. And they are severely capacity constrained because demand is just incredible. And the token demand is incredible. The token generation rate is growing exponentially. And the same thing with, of course, OpenAI. Their demand is incredible. And so the more compute that they can bring online, the faster their revenues will grow. And that goes back to the comment that I was saying, that inference is revenues, that compute equals revenues now in this new world. And in a lot of ways, that's the reason why we say it's a new industrial revolution. There are new factories, new infrastructure being built, and this new way of doing computing is not going to go back. And so to the extent that we believe that producing tokens is going to be the future of computing, which I believe, and I think largely the industry believes, then we're going to be building out this capacity from this point forward and continue to expand from here. Now, the thing that is the wave that we're seeing now is the Agentic AI inflection. And the next inflection beyond that is physical AI, where we take AI and these agentic systems into the physical applications, such as manufacturing, such as robotics. And so that's a giant opportunity ahead. Okay.
This concludes the question and answer session. I'll turn the call to Toshiya Hari.
In closing, please note Jensen will be participating in a fireside chat at the Morgan Stanley TMT conference in San Francisco